Hi, everyone. I'm Laura Beck with the Eden Alternative, and I'm here with my colleague, Kathy Hagen.
Hi, everybody.
And we are so excited today because we have news for all of you there in Ohio. For several months now, we've actually been hanging out with some of you through a grant-funded project called Creating a Culture of Person-Directed Dementia Care. And the news we have is that we've learned that funds are being redirected so that even more grant-funded education can be made available to you. So for those of you who have been working with us, you have the opportunity to actually deepen the toolkit that you've begun to build through this project. And for those of you who haven't had a chance to jump in yet, guess what? You can now. So we hope that you'll consider that seriously. And before we get started, we want to be clear that we're not going to get into the nitty-gritty today. So if you want to know more, you want to check out that link right there at the bottom of the screen, and it will tell you everything you need to know about what you will gain from participating from this next phase of the project and how you can move forward. So with that, I'm going to dive in and tell you, first of all, that Dementia Beyond Drugs training is coming back to Ohio. And for those of you who have been involved, the good news about that is now you can build capacity. You can actually engage more people in the training than you sent the first time. And this just sets you up for success. The more people who are sharing the same skill set, the more buy-in, more ownership, the more commitment to your change processes you will experience. So we're hoping that you'll take advantage of that. So a little bit about this training, just to get your head back in the game if you've been to it, and for those of you who don't know about it, what this in-person 2-day training is all about is taking a deep dive into cutting-edge person-directed dementia care practices. Not only does that improve quality of life for the people you serve, but it does so for the entire care partner team. And honestly, the skills you're learning are non-pharmacological approaches to care. And not only does that make a difference for the people you serve, but it also gives your organization an opportunity to work toward your goals to reduce the use of unnecessary antipsychotic medications. So with that, Kathy, I thought I would share something on the screen. Could you tell them a little bit about the logistics of engaging in this training?
Sure, absolutely. Thanks, Laura. So the Dementia Beyond Drugs training is coming to Columbus September 25th and 26th. It will be at the Bridgewater Banquet and Conference Center. And then in Akron, they'll be in Akron December 10th and 11th at the Hilton Akron Fairlawn Hotel.
Awesome. So those are the when and where, important information. And Kathy, there's something that you share about Dementia Beyond Drugs training coming back around that I think is really great. Can you share that story?
Yes, I love the story because when we were at training in December, there was a gentleman that came to our registration desk and asked if he could send another person from his organization. He wanted to call her that day and have her come right away. And we registered her on site and she was able to come and join him for the learning. He said it was just so good that she needed to be there.
Well, and that's what this offers, right? The opportunity to get those people that you're thinking about when you're sitting in a training. You're like, gosh, I wish
Yeah.
so-and-so was here, right? Well, now you can do that. So it's a great opportunity to engage more people. So super. That is Dementia Beyond Drugs. Okay, here's the new part. The new part is a package of 2 educational offerings that focuses specifically on person-directed leadership skill building. And, we've heard from some of you who've been engaged in the project. You've been like, we love what we're learning. We're excited about what we want to put into action, but how can I get my leadership team behind what I want to accomplish? How can I get them on board with me? And it's absolutely true that the foundation of successful culture change is a leadership bench that is completely committed to helping the organization transform its practices. So here we go. The first of these 2 offerings is something called Leadership Pathways to Culture Change. It's a 2-day in-person training. And what it does is literally give you the foundational skills leadership needs to begin to create a person-directed culture of care in their organization. It's a 10 phase pathway, if you will, and we're going to keep that mysterious, so you'll be intrigued about that. It is our unique formula for getting leadership the skills they need to have. So with that, Kathy, I'm kind of wanting to share a little bit about this one too. Can you fill in the gaps for us while I put this up on the screen?
Sure. Yes. Leadership Pathways, another 2-day training. And it's in Akron, October 7th and 8th at the Hilton Akron Fairlawn Hotel. And it's in Columbus, October 10th and 11th at the Bridgewater Banquet and Conference Center.
All right, so there's the when and where again. So awesome. Keep that in mind. That's Leadership Pathways. And so the next thing that we want to share with you is something a little bit different. Like those first 2 training events are in person, and the power of that is the ability to network with other organizations face to face that have the same kinds of goals and aspirations that you do about the culture of care that you want to create. And a lot of times we feel like, we're in competition with other nursing homes. And while that might be true from a business perspective, you really need each other to keep growing. So we hope that you'll leverage that and take advantage of these in-person opportunities. This next one's completely different, though, in that it's an online training event. So you can do this from the comfort of your organization's conference room, and you can engage a lot of different people in the process. It's called Facilitative Leadership, and it is only 5 90-minute sessions, and they happen once a week for 5 weeks. And it's all about focusing on a very particular niche of leadership skills that are specific to person-directed practices. And when you're practicing a culture change journey, you really need to create high engagement and to learn how to ask the right questions and bring the right people to the table so that you can create effective decisions that move you forward in your efforts to transform the culture of care. And this is what this class does. It is highly, highly practical. You leave with a ton of really specific facilitative tools that get you engaging lots of different people in whatever conversation you're needing to pursue. So with that, Kathy, let's do it again. I'd love to share with these folks where and when they can engage with facilitative leadership.
Okay, so this one's online. So the where is in your own community, behind your desk or with a group. And remember that it's 90 minutes every week. The first sessions are November 5th through December 3rd, and the next is November 11th to December 9th. Then there's one November 12th through December 10th, and then the last one is November 13th to December 18th. And that last one skips a week. It runs on Wednesdays, and it's the day before Thanksgiving, and we know you'll be cooking, so you don't want to go to a class, so you'll go the following week.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
Along those lines, Kathy, those 4 different rounds of facilitative leadership, what we're planning to do is obviously to cap the participation in each one of those rounds so that we make it a good experience for everyone involved. So that means you might want to act soon in order to get the round that you want. My understanding is that first one's almost full, right?
Absolutely, almost full. So please register now so that you get those time slot that you want. There's some in the morning and in the afternoon.
All right. And in general, the entire project offering, this little addendum to the project, if you will, you really do need to act quickly because there is a limited time to register for these events. And we want to make sure that you have the opportunity. Please don't waste any time. Kathy, is there anything else we should add?
No, I think we did it, Laura.
All right. Well, we hope to see all of you joining us somehow, some way with this. Thanks for taking the time to listen. Check out the link below.
Thanks.